I'm Britt Lind of People for Reason, Science and Medicine, and we're here this evening to expose what is going on in the Eunice Shriver Infant Primate Lab at the University of Washington. Since 1983, they have been torturing baby monkeys and their mothers, knowing full well that what they're doing is fraudulent, cannot be extrapolated to human beings, and knowing that they are doing it solely for the millions of dollars in taxpayer grants they get from the NIH. They lie and say they're doing it for humanity, when in reality, they have no idea of what the word humane means.
So why does the University of Washington still do it? Last year they got $170 million grant for live animal research. So they're not science-driven, they're profit-driven. And when your motivation is just making money off these live primate studies, there's no integrity to the science you're doing. In fact, the University of Washington are really the dinosaurs of biomedical research because they'd rather make money than catch up with what's being done in much more advanced techniques.
Last year, PETA managed to obtain 400 hours of videos from the Eunice Shriver Lab in Poolesville, Maryland. These videos showed experiments that had been going on for decades on baby monkeys and their mothers. They were so horrific that most people can't stand looking at them. But a few brave members of Congress did look, were horrified, called for investigations, and hundreds and thousands of people protested the NIH, and the NIH closed the lab down.
I want to talk about the macaques because ever since I've been studying and getting research and images, I found out that the macaque is the lab animal that's used the most. And the reason they are is because they're so much like humans. Last year in 2015, there were 500,000 lab monkeys used, lab primates used in U.S. facilities, and 98% of them were macaques. And the maternal infant deprivation studies at the University of Washington, at the Infant Primate Center, these babies are taken from their mothers the day they're born. They're put into a small metal box, and they have nothing, no sensory motive stimulation, nothing that they would have in a natural habitat.
The Eunice Shriver Lab at the University of Washington is just as heinous, just as much in need of being shut down as the one in Maryland. But the University of Washington is very powerful politically and financially. And vivisection, animal experimentation, is a huge industry for the University of Washington. That's why we've reached out to the Shrivers to tell them they need to use their money, their power, their influence to put a stop to what their mother started in 1962. Eunice Shriver believed in vivisection. She thought it was going to help human babies. Obviously, she was wrong. There are now more physically and mentally challenged children than ever before. Yes, we want to end all vivisection at the University of Washington. The place is a hellhole for animals. But now that the lab in Maryland has been shut down, there is no reason for this Eunice Shriver Lab not to be closed. No excuse whatsoever. And working together, all of us, PETA, SANE, NARN, White Coat Waste, Progress for Science, Care 2, Backbone Campaign, and PRISM, working together, we can close this lab down.